Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's plant spotlight is on the, excuse me, Begonia immense. This is a huge growing Rhizomatous begonia, and it has easily become one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It has such cool features. First of all, look at the leaves, okay? And I believe this is the red variety, because there's just a plain old green, like a lime green color, and this one has red on the leaves, as you can see. And interesting thing, the petioles are hairy, but it's a very unusual hairy. Like where the hairs come out, it's like a red, I don't even know, it looks like red material that branches off into multiple hairs, multiple white hairs. So it's like one bump that comes out that's red. Let me make sure I can get this focus for you. And then it ends in multiple filaments. It is really, really unique. And this plant gets huge. Right now, this plant, you can see how big it is compared to my hand, right? And obviously, compared to my hand, those leaves are pretty big, and they get much bigger. This plant gets much bigger. Just like any other Rhizomatous begonia, I'm gonna keep this in a small pot just so that it does not stay wet for too long when I water it. I believe this is propagatable, if that's a word, from leaf cuttings, just like any other Rhizomatous. Of course, I'm already testing that out and experimenting, but just get a load of these leaves. It's really, really cool. You can also propagate these by pieces of the rhizome, because the rhizomes are very thick. This is a very young plant, so you can't really see, but rhizomes are very thick, and you can cut it up into pieces wherever you see a leaf scar, because a new plant or a new leaf will be growing out of that. I think it's above that leaf scar. But yeah, Begonia immense. Normal indoor conditions, does not need huge amounts of humidity. Just a very, very striking plant. And when it grows big, like a big specimen, it would be very, very, very eye-catching in the home. Just really cool. I'm very excited about this one. I wanted this one for a while, and I finally waited to find a supplier that would have a reasonable price, and sure enough, I got it. I'm very excited. If you have any questions about this begonia, obviously leave a comment. Okay, next up we have another cool one called Begonia Papaya. Look at this one. This one is also a large growing one, but the leaves supposedly look like papaya tree leaves. To me, they also look like ricini, the castor oil plant. Really cool. Another Rhizomatous. Here's a new leaf. You can see what that looks like. You can see the thick rhizome here is growing. I'd like to give you guys a look at that so you can see the growth pattern. And same situation as far as propagation. I'm testing it out with leaf cuttings. And if you look closely, you can see these leaves have little purple spots. Also very cool. Here's an older leaf. You can still see that they're still on the older leaf. A lot of times patterns like that fade with age on the older leaves, but not this one. It still has those spots. So this is Begonia Papaya. Same situation as the last begonia I just showed you. I am going to keep it in a small pot. This way the medium dries up. I'm not transferring this out of the soil that it's in. I am going to take leaf cuttings and I am going to grow them, start propagating them in water, and probably transfer at least some of them over to my acrylic, because I know that that's tried and true. But, you know, just as insurance, leaf insurance. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plant. Another one. Really cool. This is Begonia Papaya, Rhizomatous begonia. Next up, we have a really cool one that's similar to one that I've shown recently. This one is Begonia La Cresta. Let me get closer with the spotlight. Look at this. It has almost cabbage looking leaves. Looks like a cabbage leaf. And the ends are extremely frilly, and they're little hairs, like little eyelashes on the frills. Beautiful plant. And when the leaves are unfurling, they also look like almost like celosia flowers. You know, they have that like furry kind of look to them. This is a leaf right here. This is a leaf here. Another leaf over here. Really, really interesting. Very unusual. Rhizomatous begonia as well, propagatable, if that's a word, by leaves and rhizome cuttings, and just a very, very cool plant. So far, does not seem to require high humidity. Of course, humidity for all begonias is beneficial, but this isn't going to keel over if you don't give it like 80 to 90% humidity. So really cool looking. I just adore these plants. There's so many different varieties, and to think that in the same genus you have this plant, you have this plant, and you have this plant, all in the same genus. They look completely different. Beautiful plants though, gorgeous. If you have any questions on these Rhizomatous begonias, obviously leave a comment as usual. If you have not, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I will see you in the next video.